Whitby, quaint, rambling old town and holiday resort, sandwiched between the sea on one side and the vast Yorkshire moors on the other, picturesque home of a thriving fishing industry, and the 1,300-year-old abbey that overlooks a myriad of winding, narrow streets, seeks this week to add a new distinction to its long history, to reach for the first time ever the semi-finals of the FA Amateur Cup. To do so, they travel many miles further down the east coast, where, with the support of about 400 of Whitby's 12,000 population to cheer them on, they hope to beat Harwich and Parkston to reach the last four of the competition, normally dominated at this stage by better-known teams than Whitby Town. They reached this stage last year, but Enfield dashed their hopes of reaching the semi-final. This year, however, they feel pretty confident that they can overcome the Harwich hurdle and possibly go through to the semi-final and, who knows, maybe to the final at Wembley. For this mammoth task, they've stuck to their normal training program. But anyone calling at their little ground during the day or in the evenings when it's customary for amateurs to train won't find Whitby Town's players hard at it. There'll be no one there at all. For strangely enough, there's no one here to train. The team has been recruited from Stockton, Billingham and Middlesbrough. Only one of the 11 actually lives in Whitby, so the training is all done in Billingham. And here in the gymnasium at the Billingham Technical College, 35 miles across the moors from Whitby, the players are going through the final training session and preparation for the tie. Supervising them is coach Bill Jeffs, a former Whitby player who won an Amateur Cup winners' medal with Crook Town in 1954. Bill, why is it that Whitby have succeeded where the better-known teams have failed this season?
Well, I think one of the contributing factors is the extremely high team spirit we have at Whitby. The nucleus of this side has been kept together now for 2 or 3 seasons. In fact, we only have 2 changes from the team last year that did so well last year.
Having only one man in the team actually from Whitby is very unusual. Is this because players are just not available locally?
Well, we go wherever we think the best players are available. We don't, if they're not in Whitby, we go where we can get them.
Well, I hope they prove the best players against Harwich and Parkston.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Alan, this must be a moment you've dreamed of only in the past, is it?
It is, actually. Never in my wildest dreams did I expect getting to Wembley. But we've done it, and let's hope that we can bring the cup back.
How does it feel?
Oh, dear. All golly wobbles.
Is it?
Wonderful.
Well, there must have been many headaches and problems in arranging all this one.
A lot. One never realised until this thing happens. To me, it's been a tremendous effort all round, and, of course, naturally, the bulk of the writing, etc., comes onto my part, and it's taken me some time to do it, I'll believe you me. In fact, I'm very pleased that it's 10 o'clock this morning and I'm away off to London.
What are your plans tonight and tomorrow morning? Do you have anything special arranged?
No, I don't think so. We're going down to London now. We're going to have a view of Wembley, and then we're having a late dinner, and of course the lads will be going off to bed, having a good night's sleep, a late breakfast, and then for the big moment.
You don't think the travelling will affect them?
Not at all. We've travelled too many miles for that to affect them, George. 2,500, I think, to be right by the time we get back from Wembley.
Now, what do you think the match will end in? What's the result going to be?
That could be, anyway, as I said all previous rounds, 50-50. With a little luck and run of the ball, the lads are on it on the day, we'll bring the cup back to Whitby.
Now meet the man who hopes to skipper Whitby Town to the final, centre-half and captain Eddie Barker. Eddie, how do you think you've been so successful this season? What's the secret behind it?
Well, I think it's teamwork, you know, it's 100% teamwork.
How does it feel to go to Wembley?
Oh, it's a wonderful experience, you know.
Now, you're going there as underdogs. Does this upset you?
Oh, not at all, no. I'd rather go as an underdog. We have done in all the other games, and it doesn't deter the lads at all. I think, you know, we can do it.
Have you worked out a plan to stop them?
No, not exactly. We're going to play as we know we can play, and I think we're going to pull it off, you know.
Now, Harold Shepherdson, the Middlesbrough England trainer, gave you a few tips the other night.
Yes, he
Did
was
you learn a lot from him?
very helpful indeed, yes.
Now, this side, Hendon, have got 6 internationals in their team. Does it bother you?
Well, Enfield had about 6, I think, you know. It doesn't bother. It's a player and a player. It's just a man against another man, it's kind of thing.
You never dreamed of getting this far, did you?
Oh, no, it was just something way out, you know.
This is fantastic support you're taking with you, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. The people around here are really fanatic, you know.
Can I forecast what you're going to do?
A forecast the score out, what we got. I fancy a 2-1 victory for us.
You're doing a tour around the town before you go?
Yes, yeah.
Best of luck to you, Eddie.
Thank you very much.
And after its tour of the town, the coach goes off on the 240-mile journey to Wembley, spearheading a mass exodus from this little fishing port and holiday resort that tomorrow will be a ghost town, because over 5,000 tickets have been sold here for the game. And remember, that's nearly half the population. For those people remaining at home, it will be hardly worthwhile going out of doors. The shops that have stayed open extra hours all this week to cope with the shopping will be closed tomorrow, and the fishing fleet will not be at sea. Like everyone else, the fishermen will be at Wembley, and Whitby will be a ghost town.
And a very good afternoon to you from Wembley Stadium as Whitby Town and Hendon, amidst this great uproar, take the field for the 1965 FA Amateur Cup Final. Most of the preliminaries are over and the massed bands of the 2nd and 3rd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, are about to leave the field as the two teams come onto the field, and let's right away give you those teams, starting with Whitby Town in goal. Neville Pybus, 27 years of age, a fitter at Wilton ICI, began his career with Whitby but has played for West Auckland. At right back is Jack Duonell, who's a 28-year-old miner who lives in Fishburn, County Durham. At left back, Eddie Nobbs, he's 26, also played previously with Stockton. At right half, Alan Kennelly, 26-year-old draftsman, a former schoolboy international who's been with Whitby for 5 seasons. At centre half for Whitby is their 27-year-old captain, Eddie Barker. At left half, Keith Moody, he's 26 and he's 6'3", probably the tallest man in Wembley Stadium today. At outside right is Barry Geldart, at 31 years of age, the oldest player on the field. Inside right is 23-year-old Roy Edwards, regular in the RAF, a junior technician at Dishworth RAF Drome. At centre forward is Jimmy Mulvaney, the man who scored 34 goals for Whitby this season, comes from Silksworth near Sunderland. He's a truck driver with ICI in his private life. And at inside left is Peter McHale, the former South Bank player. He's 26, and the baby of the team is 19-year-old Morris Crothwaite at outside left. And the Hendon team very quickly in goal, John Swanell, the current England goalkeeper. At right back, David Hogwood, who's 21. Left back, Roy Sleep, played left half in the Rome Olympics in 1960, now being converted to left full-back. At right half, John Evans, a Welsh international, played over 13 times for Wales. At centre half is Jeff Riddy. Left half is their captain, Bobby Cantwell. This is his 3rd appearance at Wembley. He was previously here with Barnet and Enfield, but on both occasions on the losing side against Crook Town. At outside right, they have Roy Drake. Inside right is Peter Slade, 26 years of age, formerly with Oxford City. At centre forward, the danger man, David Hyde. He scored more than 50 goals this season, establishing a new club record for Hendon. English international, scored 4 goals in his debut against Wales. At inside left, Jimmy Quayle, 29 years of age, the 2nd oldest man on the field and the only member of the Hendon team who was on the winning side in the 1960 Cup final when Hendon beat Kingstonian by 2 goals to 1 in the thrilling minutes of the game. And at outside left is Danny Lakey, the 24-year-old, very fast-moving boy who in private life is a Smithfield meat porter. And both teams are lining up now for the presentation. Officials of the FA amateur body, and just going down the Whitby Town line now. Whitby playing in white and blue, and Whitby the underdogs by many people. Many people think that Whitby are unlucky to be here today, but we'll have none of it. They've beaten excellent teams to get here, and although Hendon are the flash boys of southern football, they have 6 internationals. And talking to their supporters before this game, they've been very cock-happy and cock-a-hoop. They've been saying, well, we're going to win today and we're going to win by about 5 goals. But the Whitby Town people, they're not saying very much, but they're smiling to themselves and saying Hendon will have to go all out to win, and they're tipping Whitby to win a close game by about 2 goals to 1. And it's Whitby Town going to kick off through centre forward Jimmy Mulvaney, attacking the goal to our left. Just checking his linesman, and the 1965 amateur final is away, and it's the inside left of Whitby Town switching that ball back. A long ball across, kicked away by David Hogwood. Now Hendon on the ball. Out to the outside right. Now to Jimmy Quayle, pushing it through to David Hyde, the centre forward. Hyde pushing it through, and in these early stages Neville Pybus getting that ball, but Morris Crothwaite, the youngster of the Whitby team, pushing that ball inside to Peter McHale. McHale getting the ball back again, trying to find his men, pushing it back for Keith Moody, 6'3", this left half, shoving it down the wing, but Crothwaite chasing for it, keeping the ball in play, but now Hogwood, the right back, shoving the ball up to outside right, Roy Drake of Hendon, into Peter Slade, his inside man, back again to Drake. Drake giving it to Hyde, but Hyde losing that ball. And a foul, the first foul of the match, a push And it's Lakey, the outside left of Hendon, crossing that ball into the middle, but over for a goal kick. And headed on. And the ball thrown back by right half John Evans to Swanell in the Hendon goal. Eddie Barker, the centre half and captain of Whitby, looking for someone to give the ball to, gives it to his left half Moody, but Moody losing it, comes back again. Now the right half, Alan Kennelly of Whitby Town, pushing it, and Jimmy Mulvaney just missing a flick there with his head. Drake for Hendon, pushing it through the right half. Evans crossed the goal, but cleared. Now it's Peter McHale, the inside left of Whitby, formerly with South Bank, pushing that ball. The left half of Whitby, pushing it across the field. Now right back, Jack Dornell, the 28-year-old miner, shoving that ball down the field. And the first shot of the match, headed down by Jeff Riddy, the centre half, comes to Swanell, quickly thrown out again to Roy Drake, the right winger. Drake to Hyde, boy who scored 50 goals, over 50 this season. Now Geldart bringing the ball through, down the middle, the outside right of Whitby. And nice solo run, and a very hefty foul by Roy Sleep. Very good run by Geldart, brought down. Referee just having a word with Sleep. Free kick to Whitby Town. And it's left half Moody going to take this kick. Referee just telling the Hendon players to get back. Geldart trying to head that ball through, but hustled away, but Crosswaite pushing it back, getting it back again, but limping this boy at outside left, very unhappy, not able to gather any speed. In fact, Whitby at this moment are playing only with 10 men because Crosswaite, it's noticeable, his left leg is wincing. Now Hyde switching that ball through, and offside against Hendon Town. Quayle, Irish international, 29 years of age, switching that ball up to outside left. Danny Lakey comes to Hyde. Hyde robbed of the ball. And as Lakey runs in, offside, free kick to Whitby Town. Now Cantwell, the left half of Hendon, switching that ball through, but comes to Keith Moody, the left half, giving it to the inside left of Whitby Town, and referee blowing up for a foul, but play going on. Moody pushing the ball back to Alan Kennelly. Kennelly up to Jimmy Mulvaney, the centre forward of Whitby. Edwards with him, Mulvaney getting it, ball back, high across the goal mouth. Young Crosswaite kicking it with his strapped up leg. That right leg is strapped up and the ball comes clear, and it's Lakey, this 24-year-old Smithfield meat porter who has been a danger man in these opening minutes, switching that ball through. Hyde pushing it across goal, but Whitby Town clearing their lines up to Crosswaite. Now right back David Hogwood giving it through to Evans, the Welsh international, to Roy Drake, the outside right, but Whitby playing the offside trap and playing it well, and yet another Hendon moves ends in a free kick for offside. Hyde again being body checked there, and Hyde rolling over, putting on a bit of an act, I think. I don't think he was hurt there, but a rather obvious foul. Free kick to Hendon. 17 minutes gone in this first half, still no score. And Hyde just pinching an extra yard there, but I think the referee spotted it. He's going to push the ball back, saying, I've seen a little bit in my time too, boy. You can't pull fast ones like that even at Wembley. And it's Hyde going to take this kick himself, and a tremendous drive. Earns a great round of applause. Little too close for comfort. Now Quayle, inside left of Hendon. Quayle by himself, going to try a shot, and turned over by Eddie Barker for a corner, the first corner of the game. 21 minutes gone, and the first corner of the game to Hendon, taken by Lakey, and tremendous shot turned over the bar by Neville Pybus. A great save and a great shot. And the second corner to Hendon, and it's Eddie Barker switching it down to Maurice Crosswaite, giving it inside to Peter McHale. Crosswaite playing with a lot of courage, this boy. He must be in pain from a leg injury, got early on. But now Evans switching that ball up to Peter Slade, the inside right of Hendon, switching it across to Hyde. Hyde's got it, and Hyde smashing the ball over the bar. "24 minutes gone in this first half, still no score. Edwards trying to push that ball through, but cut off, and it's Riddy switching it out. As so often in this match, it's come out to outside right Roy Drake for Hendon, pushing it inside, and Evans, the Welsh international, bad ball, giving it to his opposite number. Right half Kennelly, who switches out to Barry Geldart at 31 years of age, the oldest man on the field. Geldart, in turn, can only give it to a Hendon man, but Whitby have it again. Edwards, the inside right, chipping it forward for Jimmy Mulvaney. Mulvaney falls over himself. Out again to Drake. And it's Quayle, inside left, giving it out to Lakey. And Lakey beating Jack Doinal. And switching that ball in and across, and a header just over the bar. And a tremendous round of applause ringing around Wembley Stadium as Peter Slade, the 26-year-old inside right of Hendon, narrowly misses scoring a goal. Kennelly switching it to left half Keith Moody. Moody to inside left McHale, and it's inside right Edwards. Edwards is through, and he hits the side netting. Cantwell, and it's Mulvaney. Moody, the left half of Whitby, pushing it down the middle. Edwards racing for it, but switch back to Swanell, and Whitby showing up well as we come just a minute and a half till the end of this opening 45 minutes. And Whitby Town, who have really been playing magnificently in this first half, really beginning to play some beautiful copybook football that's had the Hendon team worried, and the Hendon supporters as well. Now Drake for Hendon, giving it to Hyde. Drake again to Hyde. Can he get his shot in? And it's going to go over for a corner. Drake again with yet another corner, and it's half-time. Says the whistle as both teams go up to a tremendous ovation. This has been a half of scintillating football. Hendon turned on power play from the beginning. They played nice, crisp football, and then suddenly Whitby Town, realising that they too could play football, started to dish up some pretty wonderful stuff. They've had an injury to young Crosswaite, the outside left. He's been hobbling, But apart from that, they've played some magnificent football, and I wouldn't be surprised if in this second half they don't get the winning goal and beat Hendon Town. But anyhow, let's hope the second half is equally as good as the first 45 minutes. And it's Hendon to kick off in this second half. This time they're attacking the goal to the left of us, and away they go. Slade. Now Edwards. Slade for Hendon, the inside right. Giving it through to Hyde, to Slade again. And the ball booted clear. It comes out to Lakey, the outside left. Hendon, Lakey switching it through to Cantwell. Lakey getting it back again, but offside. And it's Whitby. Edwards too far in front of Geldart. Evans switching it out to the wing to Drake. And Eddie Nobbs slamming that ball high and wide. Drake keeping that ball, switching it inside. Switch back. Evans switching it back to Hyde. Hyde putting it forward, but offside against Quayle. Cantwell, the skipper of Hendon, booting that ball, and it's headed across for Hyde, and Hyde has scored. Hyde has scored. Just 4 minutes, coming up to the 4-minute mark in the second half, and David Hyde, the man who has scored over 50 goals for Hendon and has scored 4 goals for England in his debut against Wales, has given Hendon that vital first goal. And it's up again to Danny Lakey. Lakey switching it inside to Jimmy Quayle. Quayle, a great schemer along with Peter Slade of this Hendon forward line, comes to David Hyde. Hyde switching it out to Drake. He's onside this time. And Drake putting it across, and there is the second goal, scored by Jimmy Quayle. 12 minutes gone. 12 minutes in the second half, and it's Hendon 2, Whitby Town 0. Whitby Town kicking off, 2 goals down. An unfortunate goal. Neville Pybus, the goalkeeper, got his hand to it, but could only palm it on to the fast-moving Quayle, who had no difficulty in cracking the ball into the roof of the net. So Whitby facing an uphill task here with just over 30 minutes to go. And it's Hyde, David Hyde, winning a corner. David Hyde to take this corner, the centre forward of Hendon. Headed over for a goal kick by Slade. And Edwards for Whitby, switching it back to Mulvaney, and it's a goal! Whitby Town have scored through Jimmy Mulvaney. 2-1, Jimmy Mulvaney, 15 minutes in this second half, and Whitby are showing these Hendon boys that they're not going to give up easily. And the Whitby supporters going mad, as I am too up here. Absolutely happy that Whitby Town, who seem to be just about outplayed, have shown these Hendon boys there's still sting in the old Whitby side yet. 15 minutes gone in this second half, and it's now Whitby 1, Hendon Town 2. We want Whitby, we want Whitby. That is the call echoing around this vast arena here at Wembley. And handball to take some of the tension out of the game. A free kick while the players can gather their wits. Hyde giving it to Quayle. Quayle slimming it through to Slade. Slade slimming it through for Quayle again. Quayle trying to run it on, tee it up for Slade. And Quayle turning the ball back. Kennelly. Now Peter McHale, the inside left. Pushed forward by Eddie Nobbs, up to Geldart. Played a great game for Whitby this afternoon, this outside right. Here he is again, popping up on the left wing. And a high one. Well taken by Swanell. Being harassed by Mulvaney. David Hyde, 24-year-old centre forward, switching that ball down to Peter Slade. Now Hyde again, very dangerous, and headed over the bar. What a dangerous character this boy is. Drake, good ball, headed back, and Hyde, what a tremendous shot, and an equally wonderful save. Well, this boy Hyde can certainly crack a ball. He scored over 50 goals this season, and that had goal written all over it, and Pybus got his body behind it and saved Whitby. Now Jimmy Mulvaney, the centre forward of Whitby, feeding his man very cleverly, switching across into the middle, and far too far ahead, and the linesman's flag is up for offside. Up to Roy Edwards. Alan Kennelly, the right half of Whitby, making ground and trying a tremendous shot at about a foot wide. Up to Geldart. Now Keith Moody, the left half, and it comes out to Morris Crosswaite, this outside left of Whitby, into the middle, heading on by Edwards. Mulvaney pushing it out to Kennelly. Kennelly rolling it in, and a weak shot by Peter McHale. In fact, he kicked the ground as well as the ball. Goal kick to Hendon. And Hyde, centre forward of Hendon, trying to go through with it, beautifully tackled, and it's away up to Geldart. As Whitby Town come on the attack once again to Roy Edwards. Edwards beating his man, trying a shot, and Swanell showing why he's the current England keeper as he gets well behind that one. And you can probably hear the crowd must be very strong just beneath us here. We want Whitby, as they realise 9 minutes to go. Whitby still trailing by 2 goals to 1. And left half, Cantwell pushing that ball back to Swanell. Now Hyde, Hendon giving it back to Slade. Slade out to Lakey. Lakey's onside, rushing in. Lakey's dribbled round the goalkeeper, and good heavens, well, he hit the inside of the post and the ball came out, and then he hit the side netting. But now it's Hendon again as Quayle sends it high across the goal mouth. Well, what a terrific let-off for Whitby that was. Now right half, Evans, Welsh international, back to Hyde, and Hyde fires on a shot, and he too is high over the bar. Barry Geldart switching the ball out to Alan Kennelly. Kennelly came in very cleverly in play. Into the middle to Mulvaney. Mulvaney shoots and he's hit the bar. Mulvaney's hit the bar. And Peter McHale has headed over the line. Well, is that going to be the miss of the match? With just 2.5 minutes left for play, Mulvaney hits the bar with a header. And Hyde is away, he's onside. Is this going to be the third goal? Hyde, it is. There it is. The third goal of the game, a solo effort by Hyde. 1.5 minutes to full time. No doubt now about the winners. Hendon, 3 goals to 1. The referee blows the whistle, and there it is. Hendon have won the 1965 FA Amateur Cup by 3 goals to 1, and the Whitby Town players shaking hands, and I'm sure the Hendon men are saying to them, what a magnificent game, what a magnificent fight you've put up. And Whitby certainly had Hendon worried, but in the closing stages the Hendon superiority just showed through. And so as the band march on, we haven't time to wait for the presentation of the cup. We say goodbye to you to Wembley, and we hope you've enjoyed the highlights of this game as much as we've enjoyed bringing them to you. Goodbye to you from Wembley Stadium.